Don't miss out on important news. Our videos are being deleted. So if you don't want to be cut off from honest news, take a moment to sign up for our newsletter at newsletter.ntd.com so you don't lose access to NTD. Go to newsletter.ntd.com to sign up for our evening newsletter.
A high-profile conservative voice has come out to endorse a Senate candidate for the 2020 primaries. The challenger is an outside candidate in the Republican Party. NTD's Steve Lance brings us more.
Former National Security Advisor to Trump, General Michael Flynn, is endorsing Pastor Jackson Lahmeyer of Oklahoma for the United States Senate. Lahmeyer is challenging incumbent Senator James Lankford in the Republican primary. Lahmeyer believes Oklahomans are looking for strong and principled leaders.
We need strong men, strong women who are going to be willing to fight, who have a backbone and will never bow down to the cancel culture phenomenon that is trying to erase and eradicate who we are as a people.
Getting the endorsement of General Flynn this early in the contest could be a big boost for Lahmeyer.
We need fearless warriors in Washington, D.C. right now.
Lahmeyer presents himself as a constitutionalist who will protect the things that matter most to American families.
We need strong men, strong women who are going to be willing to stand up, fight, and defend the United States Constitution, because it's the United States Constitution that defends our faith, our families, and our freedoms.
We sat down with General Flynn after the announcement to ask him why he's endorsing Jackson Lahmeyer.
He's a warrior. He's a fighter. He's a man of faith. He's committed to conservative values.
Many Americans are feeling hopeless after the presidential election, but General Flynn is firm about the power of getting involved in the process.
It's vital. It's like the blood that's flowing through my body. That's how vital it is for people in this country, for patriots in this country. If you feel a sense of patriotism, for you to get involved in your communities, local, state, and then federal, as we're here to talk about, endorsing Jackson Lahmeyer to run for U.S. Senate.
General Flynn is expected to endorse other candidates in different races throughout the country. The Senate Republican primary here in Oklahoma will be one to keep your eyes on. Steve Lance, NTD News, Tulsa.
Critical race theory has been making its way into school studies and staff trainings. People are told to examine their whiteness and put people into either racist or anti-racist categories. NTD's Christina Kim speaks to one professor who's speaking out.
Professor Aaron Kinsvater recently made waves with a video he posted on YouTube. In it, he pushes against the dominance of critical race theory. The professor teaches in the graduate counseling program at the University of Vermont, specializing in adult learning and mental health. Critical race theory looks at society through a racial lens, specifically how to grapple with the, quote, history of white supremacy. Kinsvater emphasizes that he never means to dismiss any discrimination people face. He made the video because he's concerned how the teachings would impact school policy and his students and the people they counsel. After posting the video, he received backlash from the school's administration. They said he was anti-diversity, equity, and inclusion, and asked how he would respond to concerns that he was a member of an alt-right cult.
Another administrator contacted me today and suggested that my videos indicate that I need therapy.
Kinsvater says racism is a complex and nuanced topic. But when it's boiled down to a black and white issue where people are either racist or anti-racist, good or evil, this prevents honest and constructive discussions and results in emotional reactions, including depression and anxiety. He describes a teach-in called Turning Towards Whiteness, which reportedly linked a number of societal ills to white people, and says the school has accepted and pushed these teachings.
Critical race theory is reflected in the diversity, equity, and inclusion standards that we're being asked, required really, to introduce into each of our classes.
So Kinsvater introduced critical race theory in his own way. He presents the theory alongside voices that challenge the ideology. But because he showed different viewpoints, Kinsvater says he was the object of what he calls two struggle sessions, a communist tactic to publicly shame people for their views. The administration called the alternative viewpoints in Kinsvater's course harmful, but never defined what harm means.
We're not playing the definition game, we're playing the power game. And the term harm is used like a cudgel to gain compliance with the ideology.
His students, however, have been open to discussion. Professor Kinsvater says those who oppose critical race theory only do so in a whispered way because they fear the backlash. But he says it doesn't mean someone is racist because they question the ideology. He encourages people to meet others with different views. Doing so can do wonders and help move our country forward, he says. Christina Kim, NTD News.
And a small group of Christian evangelists say they met with an unpleasant surprise when Facebook censored their activities. And they say they can't figure out why. NTD's Don Tran has that story.
Christians have been ministering and spreading the gospel for millennia, but one ministry in Milwaukee, Wisconsin does their work online. The United Fellowship of Jesus was founded in 2013 by Nick and Leslie Rich. Nick says social media has played a large role in helping him reach out to the brokenhearted and people in need.
I had a guy that was going to commit suicide, and I was able to minister to him and talk him out of it, and encourage him and explain to him what he had to live for, and to look at the good and positive things instead of looking at the negative.
Over the last 9 months, Nick's ministry has been growing on Facebook, but the social media giants blocked him from posting his religious services and from going live. They said he violated their policy on spamming. They also directed him to their community standards, which shows several traits that they consider spamming, but they didn't specify which of these traits they found in his content.
And it also, within those community standards, goes to the point of threatening that I could be actually deactivated off of Facebook as the ultimate thing, when I've done nothing to affect anyone's safety or harm anyone except for tell the truth and try to give people hope in the midst of this pandemic.
Nick says he's not the only Christian being blocked and restricted by Facebook. Other people from online ministries have also been penalized by Facebook for invalid reasons or for seemingly no reason at all. Nick says it's an act of religious discrimination.
Christians come on and they preach they put on scriptures, videos that are to help people. They're ministering and evangelizing. They get hit and banned for 10 or 15 days. You're affecting my ministry at the same time because now I can't go live on Facebook and I can't be able to reach those people. And what if that person commits suicide that my ministry was just trying to connect with?
Nick says America was built on freedom of speech, and it's a principle that's slowly being eroded today. We contacted Facebook for comments, but they did not respond. Don Tran, NTD News.
Hi, we're happy to announce that you can also catch us on cable TV now. Millions of households already choose us as one of their trusted news sources, and you can too. You can watch us in Chicago, Washington, D.C., New York, and many other cities as well. And if your system doesn't carry NTD yet, you can just give them a quick call and request NTD on your cable provider. Thank you for watching. See you next time.